Periscope. Chicago. Jess Grant is on. Miss Sawyer. Glad to have you guys on. This will probably be a short Periscope, not going to be on too long. I just want to kind of give some information for our day 3 growing forward. Miss Kaysen has joined. And for some of you who are new to a Periscope like myself, if you hear anything that makes sense, you tap your screen, give it some hearts. Matter of fact, we're going to be talking today about financing your goals. So if you know anyone who needs just some simple tips, today is real simple tips on financing goals, go ahead and invite someone else to join us for this short moment in our day 3 of growing forward. Again, just as a recap, our church is really looking at growing up this year. And Hebrews 6:1-3 talks about getting away from elementary doctrines, but instead, growing and maturing in Christ, growing and maturing in life. And so we want to kind of work on that. Hello. Thanks for commenting. Of course, anybody else who's had any comments, questions, or just some tips to give everybody while we're on, please do that. We talked yesterday about setting goals, and so as a quick reminder, you should have made a list of 10 things, narrowed down your 10 things to the 3 smartest, and we used the SMART acronym for those. Then after you take those 3, narrow it down to 2. Hey, Miss Portia. And then from the 2, we then place all of our image there. Yep, that's right, SMART and clear. Those last 2 should be clear goals. And the idea is to now take 80% of your time, energy, and really put it into those 2 things, because you'll find that to be much more productive. So here's the question. How do you do those 2 things effectively? And I want to really suggest that you finance them. That's really important. There are a lot of scriptures that deal with money, and most of them, talk about not falling in love with it. Hebrews 13:5, keep your life free from the love of money. 1 Timothy 6:10, the love of money is the root of all evil. Matthew 6 talks about no man having 2 masters. You can't serve God and money. I think Ecclesiastes 5 says he who loves money will not be satisfied with money. And those are all great scriptures. But notice they say don't fall in love with money. None of them suggest that you won't need money. As a matter of fact, that same wise guy, Solomon, he writes in Ecclesiastes 10, I think it's 10:19, and he says that money answereth all things. I think he says, that a meal is merry and laughter is good. But at the end of the day, he's saying that money answereth all things. Now, we're not saying you should be money driven, but here's what I am saying. If you have a goal, if you have an aspiration, and don't spend money on it, you've greatly decreased the chance of being successful. Matthew says that where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. And what I'm saying now is with those goals that you have, either those 2 or, some other aspirations you have, purchasing a car, starting a business, being a great parent, getting into college, whatever it is that you want to do, you want to find a way to attach an investment to it. Even if they give it to you free, find a way. Take a mentor out to lunch, purchase a CD, spend some money going to a conference or a workshop. What you will discover is the things that you put your money to are things that your mind will focus on, and there will be things that you will be much more adamant about completing. I've seen it time and time again. People wanted something at a discount. They want it maybe even free. And because there was no investment into what they would enjoy, what they did is they were distracted, or they were pulled away, or they didn't complete it because there was no cost to it. Yes, you're going to spend time, you're going to spend energy, and those are some types of costs. But today we're talking about financing your goals. And so here are the 2 things we want you to do as it relates to growing forward. 1, find out how much it costs to accomplish that task. How much will it cost to open up your own business or franchise some business? How much will it cost for you to get into school? How much will it cost for you to actually get the house? A lot of people have their dreams deferred simply because they think that what they want will cost more than what they have, or they never really find out exactly how much the investment will be. Notice that I am using the word investment and not spend. We're not talking about just throwing your money at some idea. We're talking about strategically placing finances into something that will benefit you in the future. The second thing I want you to do after you find out how much it costs, find out how much you have. How much do you actually bring in? Not how much you have in the bank, not how much you have saved, or not how red your account is. That's not the goal. Don't psych yourself out too early. Find out exactly how much you're making it. It's a simple term of budgeting. And once you figure out how much it costs and how much you actually bring in, then what we'll do in the next few days, the next few weeks, is we'll kind of figure out what you need to do to get what you need and how you can actually do it. I don't want to give it all at one time, but no, there is a way that there are people who want to fund things they can't do that you can do. So you may not have the funds, but because you have the figures, they'll find a way to get them to you. Not to mention that God makes a way. What we're saying is don't cut off your dreams. Good afternoon. Don't cut off your dreams. Don't stop or limit what you could accomplish or what God could do because you haven't thought about financing it. Listen, come up with a dollar amount to attach to what you believe, what you dream, what you want, what you desire, and then you'll see God make a way. Here again are your two things. After you made that list, what I want you to do is figure out how much it costs. Google it, call a couple of people, find out from someone, talk to someone. Make sure you have a few different figures. Don't take just one. It's almost like getting a bid. Take 2 or 3, 5 or 7, and then find an average so you'll know how much it's going to cost, how much you'll need to invest. And then what we'll do later, and I'll just kind of sneak peek it for you, is we'll talk about, the duration. How much will you have to sacrifice? What areas do you have to give into to see things come back? Our message on Sunday came out of Matthew, and we talked about seeds that grow. It's really difficult for you to reap harvest if you have planted those seeds. And what you will discover is if you sow into people that are doing what you're trying to do, somehow God fertilizes it and helps grow what you're doing because you sowed into someone else's field. Don't know the details, and I don't want to spoil, our next few lessons, but trust me, you can finance your dreams, you can finance your goal, figure out how much it's going to cost, figure out how much you have, and later on in this month, this jumpstart to the 30 days, we'll discuss exactly how to put that all together. Hope this helped you, hope it blessed you, and I look forward to sharing with you the next 27, 26 days as we jumpstart our 2016. Happy New Year again to those I hadn't spoken to. Be blessed.